Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 everybody. So, welcome to the channel. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe. Welcome to this new weekly episode where I'm starting a new series called "This Past Week." This past week podcast. I think it's very important to sit down and reflect and show y'all what I'm going through as well. We all in life together. This is your first time going through life. This is my first time going through life, and the weekly wisdom. Honestly, this is more of a podcast about weekly wisdom and trying to be better. I'm 23 years old. I have experience. You want to have experience? Leave it down in the comments, and let's get into it. So, the first thing that I was studying this week is be like water. And what does that really mean? Like mold to the cup that you're in. For example, in life, you're gonna get hit with a lot of problems. That's how life is. You're gonna get hit with a lot of problems, a lot of stress, anxiety, problems that just come from work, from everyday life, from relationships. But we must be like water and not react to the way that it wants us to react, but observe the way that it reacts and not react instantly. For example, let's say we have a bad phone call or something happens and it might make us feel negative inside. But if we just react negatively, then it can mess up the whole situation. So it's very important to take it and just be calm and take a deep breath and understand why you're acting the way you are and try to take a best approach that you can. Come at it from wisdom. So that's what has happened to me recently. How life will come at you no matter what cup it is, but you must stay like water and be as calm as you can, because life can go up and down like a roller coaster. But if you stay stable, if you stay calm, no matter what it is, it could it could really make you a lot wiser and smarter and more knowledgeable. Because when you get too excited, you could get so excited. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it could blind you. It can make you think differently. It can make you think like makes you too comfortable. But if you think too low about something too negative, it could destroy you and it can make you also feel uncomfortable. So you got to come to a point where you're not too comfortable or too uncomfortable, but just being in the middle and accepting things how they come. That's what's been happening to me recently. Also, too, is like don't react. Also, too, is the best thing to do in life is when somebody does something bad to you, don't kill it with badness. Kill it with goodness. And somebody has a negative point. Okay, cool. Like that's you, and I'm gonna try to move positive because it you can't you can't beat darkness with darkness. You can only beat darkness with light. Because if you add only darkness to darkness, you only adding to the darkness. You're letting the darkness take over you, and then you messing up. You can mess up somebody else. But if you become the light, you could change this person's whole perspective. For example, they'd be like, "Oh, good morning." Be like, "How are you, man? How you doing?" They'd be like, "Oh, man, I'm bad. Life sucks, man." You could kind of tell how they say their message, and you just saying, "Oh, man, hey, why is it bad?" "Oh, I'm just hey, that's life. You just gotta keep pushing. Hey, I know it ain't easy, but give them a solution, give them positive, give them a different perspective. For example, oh look, hey, it's a blessing today. Make them grateful for what they don't realize that they have. It's a blessing to be grateful, a blessing to have a bed. It's a blessing to have paper. It's a blessing to have certain things. So it's about making them be in the moment and to enjoy what we have now. Also, too, is the only thing we truly have is the present. That's the only thing we have. Everything else doesn't exist. For example, the future doesn't exist. Yes, our actions could a little bit control it, but we don't have as much control as we really think we do. And the past, like we can't do nothing about the past. The past is gone. We can learn from it. That's it. But if we stay back to it, if you let those feelings that hurt us s- add up and make us who we are today, it could really negatively impact us and destroy us and not live to our true potential. And my boy has a brand. He has a brand, and it's called TRF. And one of the quotes is Romans 3:18, I think, and it's about focusing too much on the world. Stop focusing on the world, on their pattern. Stop trying to be socially acceptable. Just be yourself. I think that's the best thing you could do. That's the most perfect thing you could do is be yourself. Because you like, who cares what people think? You know, to some people, you're a genius. To some people, you're dumb. Some people, you're artistic. Some people, you know. So who cares what people think? And I go back to the analogy saying that when you score when you score a goal in soccer, let's play you playing soccer, right? And you hear the fans, you mother trucker, you blah blah blah, they're cussing at you. But let's say you score a goal, all those people gonna start loving you. So it doesn't matter what these people think because it doesn't matter. But you realize that it doesn't matter what these people think. It doesn't matter. These people don't come here and they don't pay your bills. They don't do this. They don't live your life. You live your own life. And if you care about what that other person thinks about you, release that. The only person you should really care about yourself is God and yourself, honestly. Honestly. And when you come to reflection, write down like what you got, reflect what you got, you know? And it's the best thing we could do is reflect and okay, this area could be better. And sometimes it's hard to go back and reflect. Reflecting is not easy, you know, because we could cringe or we could, it might make us feel what we felt at that certain time. But like, damn, why'd I do it like that? But instead of seeing it like, damn, why did I do it like that? Maybe you could be like, okay, next time, if that happens, then I'm gonna do it differently. I learned through my experience. I'm gonna be better next time. So that's the only thing we could really do. And we can't do nothing else. One else, one thing that I also learned as well is not limiting yourself. Don't limit yourself. Don't think that nothing that something is impossible. Anybody can learn. For example, if they can do it, why can't you? If they can do it, why can't you? They bleed, they sweat just like you. Almost everything in this life has been done already. So why can't you do it? Are you afraid of how long it's going to take? Are you afraid of how much are you going to suffer? Think about it. You suffering before it even happens. You're already suffering before the suffering even happens. You suffering double. What's the point of that? It's like the great philosopher, I forget who it was, but he says, we often suffer more in our imagination than in real life. Why do you allow yourself to suffer in your mind? Think about it. If you snap out of it, you're in the present, bro. We're not suffering right now. We're so blessed. Take a breathe. Take a deep breath. Enjoy that thing, man. Ooh. Take a deep breath. Let go of everything. Wow, life isn't that bad. I get to eat every day. That's a blessing, you know. So even just building off of that, like I watched a little video and he was saying like, it was like, "How are you, man? Hey, how blessed are you?" He's like, "I get to eat every day." I was like, "Damn, that's solid, man. He's a real one for that." Just I get to eat every day. Think about that. Some people don't eat anything, bro. We got little kids starving in these third world countries, man. Bones and everything. That's crazy, man. And I was like, damn, like that. It just comes. You just need a lot of humility and perspective, you know. So this is my podcast. I don't know. This is what I'm trying to do. Let's see if we could gain wisdom through this. And you know, I pray to God that it reaches the people that it needs to. And I want to know how y'all doing. You know, leave comments in the comment section. Of course, like it, subscribe. It really helps me a lot. I'm trying to build something, you know, huge, and I really appreciate everybody. I just got to 100 subscribers. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's changing my life slowly. You know, just so I can see somebody and hear somebody that their life has been changed with the wisdom that God has given me, the knowledges. It really changes my mind. It really changes my perspective and like, okay, like when I ask God for wisdom and knowledge, it's like so I could spread it. And how can I make it as simple as I can to spread it and hit something deep in someone's soul where it triggers not only a better perspective, but the search for something more in this world, something this world cannot fulfill, the emptiness, the void. or no one could pretty much fulfill. We choose like to chase things in life, but there's more things to life than just running towards something or running away from something. Let's see if we back. Hey, it might sound a little nasty a little bit, but we lost the recording. This is my first time doing it. I got a whole setup. I'm blessed. I got a camera. This is the first time I'm using this camera, so uh, I'm very happy. Because this means that I can elevate, and the people that switch off and don't listen to me because of my quality, then hopefully I can gain those back and just spread the message. Spread the message of being better. I think that Andrew Tate, it was almost there. He almost could have done it, but he messed up along the way, which we're not all perfect, and I understand that. We're not perfect, and I just want to come at it from a perspective that we must be better, not for ourselves, but for those that we love. That one day we're going to be the dad, the husband to our wives. That we must be better, honestly, because we must demand the most from ourselves and be happy if we don't reach it, because that's just life. We only got one hand in life. We only got one life, so try to live it as best as you can. Try to live it the most legendary as you can. I think that's the best thing. Try to maximize every day. Maximize squeeze the lime out of the lime as much as you can. Squeeze the juice as much as a lime can. And, give flavor to your life. Be happy. Find reasons to be happy. We all go through things. Even I go through things, but it's about learning and seeing it not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to grow. I think that's the most important thing. And I've been inspired, man. Like, honestly, I've been inspired by like Jordan Peterson. Such a genius. He puts the feelings into words, which is a gift. And every topic that he goes into, he goes as deep as he can. And that is amazing, because if you go as deep as you can and you question your thinking, it makes you far beyond. It gives you knowledge and wisdom, but you gotta ask God for it. It gets me so excited when somebody like asks me a question, because that question goes deep in my soul, and I try to solve it, and I try to go as far as I can, push it to the limits of my mind until it meets God. Because we can't get over that. So yeah, but that's just what I do. Ask God for the wisdom and the knowledge to keep pursuing what you're pursuing. So I'm gonna pursue this podcast thing. Hopefully, let's see where it takes me. Hopefully, I want to reach people. I want to reach people that are broken, just like God, and spread His message, the gospel. Because I know that it heals. I know that we all have that emptiness, and only God can fill that. This world can't fill that. Only God can. And that's why I'm making the podcast, man. And let's go back, man. Like, I'm doing this in one take. I'm not doing no rerun. It says January 18th, 2025. Worry or negative thought eat at your brain and destroy it. Put systems in your brain. How you process things. Ooh, that's a perfect one. So you ever been in math class and they have a little formula, right? You put the numbers to the formula, to the x plus b plus g, and then you get your output. You get your number, right? So sometimes we have the wrong formula and we get the wrong output, right? The inputs might be the same, different, right? But our formula is gonna be how we think, right? That's gonna be our brain, how we react to things. For example, input, situation, boom, it happens, right? Let's say the situation happens. Let's say you get yelled at. For example, let's say you get yelled at work, customer service, whatever. You get yelled at work. It's gonna go through in your stream of consciousness, the whole machine that it goes into, the formula, and it's gonna come out the way that you really are. But it's about calming down, okay? Calming down, okay? The input, receive the input, and okay, this is how I might react inside, but figure it out, break it down, and create a process in which the output is better. remain calm. Like I said, bring it to being calm. That's the best way to do it, honestly. For example, let's say a customer screams at you. Instead of just reacting back and be, no, hey, heck no, get out of my face. No, it might affect you somewhere, but think about it. Well, how should I react? Okay, got my job online. My character could develop. Okay, let's go character development. They have an issue, and okay, let's fix it. That's simple. Boom. Instead of reacting negatively, destroying your whole perspective, destroying your whole reality, boom, you can fix it. Something so simple. For example, something breaks in your house. Are you gonna complain about it? You're gonna put it through your formula and then complain about it? No. You gotta be like, okay, put it through my formula, and you know what? The output should be find a solution. That's how it should be. Input, solution. Input, solution. The formula should be trying to search for a solution. Search for a solution. As a man in life, you know how it is. Some things in life we don't have a solution to. That's why we need God, right? For eternal life and everything. But your mind as a man should be trying to search for solutions. People are going to come to you. You're going to be the hierarchy. You're going to be the top. You're going to be the father, the son. You're going to be the father, the husband. You got to be the strongest man in the household. You got to be the boom, boom, boom. That's what we ask God for, wisdom and knowledge, because wisdom is able to boom, 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 problem solving, boom, boom, boom. Figure out, how can I solve that? How can I solve that in my brain? And the more you train that, the more it becomes better. But you cannot run to search for, damn, I can't do this. I can't. No. Ask God, God guide me. Give me wisdom, knowledge. Boom. Let's figure it out. And He'll give it to you. It's that simple. But yeah, so I think it's very important to sit down and talk to y'all. This is my weekly talk. This is what I've been going through, honestly. And, falling into sin. It's very hard. And it's a concept that we all struggle with as men. Falling into sin. Yeah, if you fall into sin, God, remember, what God could give, He could easily take. So all the wisdom and knowledge He's given you, He could easily take it away. You sin, He could take it away, teach you a lesson. That's simple. But hey, thank y'all for clicking on this video. I appreciate y'all. And y'all have a blessed day. I'm praying for you. Peace.